All right, well, superstar LeBron James is speaking out on the NBA's China and Hong Kong controversy. Remember, this all began after Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey posted a now-deleted tweet supporting the Hong Kong protesters. Take a listen to LeBron's stance.
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech. But at times, there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself.
LeBron doubled down on that take, writing on Twitter, quote, "My team and this league just went through a difficult week. I think people need to understand what a tweet or a statement can do to others. And I believe nobody stopped and considered what would happen. Could have waited a week to send it." His comments are interesting. As you may recall, LeBron stands defending the league's and players' rights to do so, to speak out when he was told to shut up and dribble last year. Take a listen to what he had to say then.
We will definitely not shut up and dribble. I would definitely not do that. I mean too much to society. I mean too much to the youth. I get to sit up here and talk about what's really important and how I can help change kids, not only in America, but in Brazil and England and Mexico and all over.
So guys, a little bit of a 180 there when we're talking about LeBron standing up for everyone to voice their opinion, but then also coming after Morey to say that it was not fair for him to do so. And I'm not harping on LeBron James and saying that he should come out and support Hong Kong. No one's saying that he should take that stance or be forced to take that stance. That's the beauty part of having freedom of speech. He can say whatever or not say whatever he wants, but to essentially come out and say that Morey should be quiet to protect his own financial interests, the financial interests of the league.
But was that what he was saying?
It's essentially it.
Well, I feel like, okay, so I think obviously he probably should not have said anything to begin with, right? He probably should have swerved this question altogether.
Yeah.
But he said something along the lines of, well, you know, freedom of speech is great, but whatever you say does have implications one way or the other. I don't think he was necessarily saying that, I don't necessarily think he was taking a stance. And then things kind of just spiraled out of control when he took to Twitter and said something along the lines of it could have waited a week. Like, what could have waited a week? Morey's tweet? Like, that was all very confusing. Like, I don't necessarily understand.
Look, I'm just saying that, look, I mean, you're talking about the timeline there. We had the news of the first protester being shot in Hong Kong. That was the 17th straight week of consecutive protests in the country. Morey had voiced his opinion, supported Hong Kong protesters. And if you could say, all right, maybe you should have waited a week to think about what might have happened there. We're talking about people getting shot in the streets. We're talking about what might have happened if he did delay a week to voice his support for protesters there. These are stances that if you go back to last year when someone told LeBron James to shut up and dribble, you think about what he's saying here and kind of voicing Morey to stay quiet on the issue. It's as if he's saying, shut up and manage, in my opinion, when you're talking about a GM in the league.
No, you're right.
And it's interesting to see someone go from saying, hey, look, it's good that we take these stances and change the world on social issues, to now taking kind of the opposite when you're thinking about what the league's seeing.
Well, I think that it's also an issue that the NBA is a business, right? And this could have happened in America too. You may say something that kind of antagonizes your audience. And the thing is that the audience in China, whatever people feel about it, is overwhelmingly against the Hong Kong protesters. So it's just reflecting the feeling of who's buying your games and your rights.
Yeah, and what dollars are set to be lost if you do come out and speak out on these issues. Some of them are a little bit more cost prohibitive than others.
It was just a lose-lose situation for LeBron to say anything.
We've seen other players punt completely. I mean, we've seen Steve Kerr say, I don't know enough about it, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know.
Lose-lose.
But when you're the NBA's biggest superstar, the spotlight is a little bit bigger than some of these other names out there. But nonetheless, LeBron now weighing in on the controversy. We'll see if others continue to weigh in on it and fuel the trap as well.